reading from Exodus chapter 33, verse 17 onwards. And the Lord said to Moses, "This very thing that you have spoken I will do, for you have found favor in my sight, and I know you by name." Moses said, "Please show me your glory." And he said, "I will make all my goodness pass before you and will proclaim before you my name, the Lord. And I will be gracious to you, to whom I will be gracious, and will show mercy on whom I will show mercy." But he said, "You cannot see my face, for man shall not see me and live." The Lord had promised his presence to Moses. He said, "My presence will go with you and I will give you rest." The Lord reassured Moses of his intention to honor his promise to the fathers and bring the people into his rest, that is, into the land of promise. He also said, "This very thing that you have spoken I will do, for you have found favor in my sight, and I know you by name." It is one thing to know God, but to be known by him is salvation. Galatians 4:9. Here God tells Moses, "I know you by name." But Moses was still not satisfied. He wanted to see the glory of God. Moses had seen the burning bush in Mount Horeb, where he spoke to God in person. He represented God before the court of Pharaoh and performed marvelous miracles by the power of God, the plagues that destroyed Egypt. He saw the parting of the Red Sea. He witnessed the mighty army of the Egyptians came into the Red Sea and got killed. He witnessed the waters gushing out of the rock. The bitter water turned into sweet, drinkable water. He saw the manna from heaven every morning. He saw the victory over the Amalekites. He saw the tokens of the power of God descending on Mount Sinai. Moreover, he was called to the top of the mountain, and he was with God for 40 days and 40 nights. What else do you want to see now? I think the hymn writer captured his desire well in these words. "Within the veil be this beloved thy portion, within the secret of thy Lord to dwell, beholding him until thy face his glory, thy life his love, my lips his praise shall tell. Lord, I come seeking you, bring me in to your light. You're so rich, you're so full, wonderful, my delight. Open me, turn my heart. Speak to me in your word. Lord, you're all I need. I love you, precious Lord." Within the veil, for only as thou gazest upon the matchless beauty of his face, canst thou become a living revelation of his great heart of love, his untold grace. Within the veil, his fragrance poured upon thee, without the veil that fragrance shed abroad. Within the veil, his hand shall tune the music, which sounds on earth the praises of thy Lord. Within the veil, thy spirit deeply anchored, thou walkest calm before a world of strife. Within the veil, thy soul with him united shall live on earth his resurrection life. The Lord said, "I will make all my goodness pass before you and will proclaim before you my name, the Lord. And I will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and I will show mercy on whom I will show mercy." Moses experienced the grace and mercy of God in sparing the nation of Israel even after they made the golden calf. God threatened to destroy the whole of Israel and make Moses a great nation. But at the intercession of Moses, he relented and did not do that. You see the mercy of God there. They did not deserve his presence. Yet the Lord said, my presence shall go with you. This is the unmerited favor which we call grace. Grace and mercy are seen embodied in the gift of our Lord Jesus Christ as well. John says in John 1:14, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory, glory as of the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. In 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 6, Paul says, for God who said, let light shine out of darkness, has shone in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. The desire of Moses was not fulfilled by seeing the marvelous deliverance of God in Israel's exodus from Egypt, or the way in which they were guarded and kept during their journey through the wilderness. He wanted to know God so that he could walk with God in agreement with his ways. Nobody who desires to walk in their own ways can also desire to see the glory of God. To know God is to revere and admire his grace, mercy, justice, and faithfulness so much that we follow these ways in our own dealings with others as well. Does it make you a king to Essen Cedar? Did not your father have food and drink? He administered justice and righteousness, so it went well with him. He took up the cause of the poor and needy, and so it went well with him. Is this not what it means to know me, declares the Lord? Jeremiah 22:15 and 16. To have our needs met in this world is not an evidence that we know God. The proof that we know him is that we walk as he walks, with compassion and zeal to do what is good, what is of benefit to others, what fits God's character. He who says he knows him ought himself also so to walk as he walked. In Psalms 86 verse 11, the psalmist says, teach me your way, O Lord, that I may walk in your truth. Unite my heart to fear your name. I give thanks to you, O Lord my God, with my whole heart, and I will glorify your name forever. For great is your steadfast love towards me. You have delivered my soul from the depths of Sheol. God desires to see his marvelous kindness and grace reflected in the children that he has borne by the travail of his Son on the cross. We are to demonstrate in greater measure our desire to be like him by following bit by bit, step by step, the promptings of his Spirit to be ruled by mercy, justice, and humility. Malachi chapter 3 verse 8. He has shown you, O man, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? But to act justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. The greatness of God's faithfulness towards us, his constant love and willingness to forgive us and to deliver us simply because we return to him, ought to be mirrored in our forgiving, generous, and loyal kindness towards others as we walk with him. This is what it means to know him. This is the glory of God, demonstrated in our humble lives as the outward expression of the rule of God's Spirit in our hearts as we dwell with our Lord in the heavenly places, far above the selfish ambition of this world. Filled with his kindness, sustained by his love, we are being changed into that image as we continue to walk in the obedience of faith. God bless.